Early morning. It's 10 to 3 a.m. in here in the United Kingdom. This is River Yamuna Devi. So we're going to chant, and let's see how long I can keep going. I'm going to just invite some devotees. So I've put this music on. It came up. It's American sacred kind of music. I didn't want to keep looking, get carried away with the videos on YouTube. Okay, so we posted. I'm just going to put it on. See if I'm. Actually. Okay. So I'm not. I'm going to have to do it on here. Okay. I'm getting tired already. I think I might have to go off. Let's see. Anyway. There's all these groups here. Loads of groups. Oh my gosh. Yes, loads of groups. Anyway, let's just do this. Okay, I'm just going to do that. Okay. I'm going to chant. I'm going to chant for a little while, and then let's see. If I get too tired, I'm going to come off. But if not, we'll carry on. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhupada. We found out what I'm allergic to, so we have to stop that. See, it's attacking me, so I'm going to stop that. And the Vaidis are the people that were things are attacking them all the time. There's devotees even in the Sangha. Things are attacking them all the time, and I've been prone to that, but not anymore. And if so, very, very little. Get off that treadmill of illusion. The devotees are allowing things to attack them, and attack them. And it just stunts their growth. I mean, Anyway, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhara, Srivas, Adi Gaura Bhatta, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. Hare. So Maharaj said today that Hari means steal. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Excuse me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, and welcome. Please come and say hello. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna. Oh, what did I say? Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama. Oh, 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 oh. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Did I say that? Did I say that? Hare Krishna. Oh, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Wait a- Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. in this mood, or at this time, actually, the Lord is coming through, arranging things for me. He's relaxing me deeply. So I can receive his frequency. I can meet his frequency. And if there's like tightness or things in the way, you just relax those. if there's equilibrium to be what's the word, manifested, is that the right word? Balance, to be brought back into a balance, and to be able to be stable on the foundation of the Lord, to be able to stand tall, to be able to preach the message of absolute truth. Our clearest map, our clearest roadmap, that's just strong in its realization of always being at home, always going home, always traveling home, to be with the Lord within the heart, which can be at any time and at any place. And like Prabhupada said, in a minute, or it can take lifetimes. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. How can in material life, they say when you're doing something, when you're you want to manifest some kind of goal, so you're on some journey, that has many obstacles, to be able to get to your goal. And sometimes people get to the goal and it's just not what they want. And but if it doesn't work, how long are you going to keep doing it before you stop and try something else? And I can say the same thing in Krishna consciousness, in Raganuga Bhakti. How long is somebody going to keep listening to this message before they feel something, before they something manifests, some changes manifest, they get some kind of juice to give them the growth and the reaction of spirit, the enlivenment actually of real life, the energy, the potency of real true life from the words, the frequency, the potency of spirit, divine spirit, which is a divine frequency. It's a divine vibration beyond others, and there are so many vibrations. This is the ultimate vibration that we need to make a clearing for and receive it loud and clear, because when we receive this vibration beyond all of these many vibrations, and it is like putting your eggs in one basket, putting my eggs in the Lord's devotee, the greatest devotee, Srila Guru Haridas, my friend, and seeing where it takes me, because and I've been listening for 5 years now, and whilst I didn't feel many deep, I wasn't touched by the vibration, and I didn't feel like I was being fed by the vibration, so I could clearly see it myself, but the other devotees could. The other ecstatic devotees could see what was happening to me more than I could myself, by hearing from Srila Guru Haridas. And they were encouraging me. That's why we need the family, the spiritual family. We need this togetherness. We need this affair, between intimate affair. I'm not talking about material intimacy at all. That's just kind of a reflection of our intimacy between this Sangha, this spiritual family, that is the new frontier in what is needed for us to move forward now in this time of darkness, this time of Kali Yuga, this time that Jesus spoke about, this time that's written in the Bible, end of days. And yes, maybe not fully, but the end of days, how we know it, how we've known it. The ultimate message is the end of days of living in the head, constantly eating the apple by the snakes. And they always blame the women. I know now. So many men have been going on about women and it's their fault. Well, it actually is true, I think. But it's transcendentally true. And I think it's a driving force, for the males. I'm not going to go there, actually. But yeah, the women, because it's the women that entices Adam. Is it Adam? I forgot. Yeah, Eve. She entices him to eat the apple from the snakes. So it's the women that entice the men to go and get manipulated by snakes and sharks. And I know how that feels. Manipulated and cheated and lied to. That's the woman's fault. Guru Hari needs to really explain that to me, so I understand it in absolute conclusive truth, and nothing else, nothing less than that, nothing. So it's solid. It's a solid foundation, and it will stand tall for time immemorial, and it has done, and it will keep standing tall as long as we keep hearing the conclusive message of the Lord, which is God himself, which is everywhere himself, the potency, the spiritual vibration beyond all others. And you get every single one in there as well, in that ultimate vibration, which is God himself, which is completely conclusive and a clear path. So as we focus our attention attentively in hearing the words of spirit, of the divine spirit, through the bona fide spiritual master, the spiritual guide, this transcendental force behind our hearing, our being touched by the Lord, our being able to taste the Lord, by that transcendental force coming from Srila Guru Haridas. Wow. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Hare Krishna. What was I saying? I know it was good. No, transcendental. Hare Krishna. Tarun. It's Tarun. How you doing, brother? Tarun Krishna Das. Hare Krishna. Hope you got your popcorn. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram. He's woken up now. Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. So there's so many things I want to talk about. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Ram Ram. I was talking about Maharaj. Excuse me, Lilith Madhava. Hare Krishna. It's really late, isn't it? It's really early for me. Kanak, excuse me, Kanak D beneath. Kanak D. My tongue's not moving in that direction. Anyway, Hare Krishna and welcome. And welcome. So, guys, I was just speaking of no popcorn is for the bodies. It's a soap opera. I love popcorn. Maharaj makes the best popcorn. It really makes... Oh, I need to have some popcorn now in my mouth. It's because of the way Maharaj makes it. It's really great. Anyway, so I'm talking about what he does and how it's so clear now. And I don't think I've said this word very often, actually, in this class. It's because of purification. Going through purification breaks through our not wanting to surrender to absolute truth. Our going through purification breaks that pride, breaks that fear, breaks that envy, breaks that jealousy, breaks all those material emotions that are blocks in our way, in our intimate relationship with the Lord within the temple, in our heart, in each and every one of us, if we want, And there's a few that are really ready for wanting the Lord in their heart to grow and to be able to grow with them now, in these times especially, to be able to unite with the Lord and have a great spiritual master who is actually speaking, preaching, and every word, he is uniting you with God in your heart. Complete union with the Lord in your heart. It's just one's blocks of previous attention, focused attention on material illusions, or their illusions, on illusions, which is this world, which is being broken by just hearing the spiritual potency. We're just hearing this potency, we're hearing it with our eyes, we're hearing it with our ears, we're drinking it with our ears, we're drinking it with our eyes. We are showing the Lord within. And Amy said a great quote today. She has some great writings, and it's amazing. Back to Tom. Hare Krishna to you. Well done. Absolutely brilliant. What an inspiration. You and your collaboration with Eric as well. It was really great. Well, really great. Thank you. And yeah. And this is the great thing about how our Sangha, spiritual family, is uniting with the Lord in the heart. By hearing from Srila Gaurahari, that's the living divine Bhagavat, really bringing the words, because he's the external Bhagavat. He's reading the words in ecstasy, in clearing, in complete clearing, pure devotee, complete in his purification, full resident of Vrindavan, constantly, we know this because he's constantly bringing conclusive truth to us. I've been listening to Lalita, and she's been saying to me about how he just constantly, Maharaj's realizations and conclusive truth, just boom, boom, every single time, even if Maharaj doesn't feel it, his mood doesn't last that long at all. He starts chanting and it's gone. He uplifts himself. He's uplifted by the Lord by using his intelligence and uniting with the Lord. When one is disturbed, even Maharaj can get disturbed very little, but uses his greatest intelligent, transcendental intelligent, the Lord, surrendering to the Lord, and the Lord saying, you know what, just come to me, and it will uplift you, and you can get on with things. This is my experience as well of really dangerous things happening, and not being in the consciousness of what I have been told will happen, and just being held by the Lord. and falling into that knowledge and bouncing. Tarun is saying it's good to be away from external religion. It's pretty much going nowhere. Absolutely. We can talk about this for ages. I love the color. Yeah, it's brilliant color of maroon. And it's true. It's exhausted. It's been complete. Oh, 1 minute. It's completely exhausted. I'm just gonna put my legs up. It's got no juice. It's just got repetition. That's it. And there's no what did Lolita say? I can't remember now. What were we talking? Oh, religion. We're talking about religion. We're talking about all material life, not just religion. It's not going anywhere. They're just going round and round the mulberry bush everywhere. Even the demons are doing that as well. We're being led because we're on board. The supersonic. What would you call it? Fastest car ever, or I don't know, biggest car ever. I don't know, but we are just flying up the hill. There's no going round and round the mountain here, not anymore. We're flying up, we're going up the hill because we're on board Srila Guru Haridas. Whatever he is driving, we're on board that because he is our guru and he has taken away our obstacles, and the biggest ones are material pride, doubting the power of the words that are manifesting in front of my eyes by seeing the growth of the devotees and then still having doubt, but taking that away, breaking it, burning it, pulling it away, whatever it needed, taking doubt away, breaking that envy, breaking that jealousy that brings, you know what? It's okay to have those things if they bring unity with God within you and with others as well. But if they are completely just for yourself, your own self, and it's bringing division, and you have that, you begin to have that, you're on your own. Haha, that's great. You're on your own. With Srila Guru Haridas, he has turned the tables. He has actually done in each and every single one of us, in his devotees in the Sangha. He's turned our tables. He's turned those money tables that we have in us, and turned them round in the other way, where we've realized why Jesus was smashing all of those tables when those people were making money in the house of God. Each and every one of us is the house of God. Every single one of us. Where are we focusing our attention? What are we doing? Where are we going? Is it just for ourselves? Meaning, me, and I need to win everybody else. It's okay to have that. It's okay to have that if you're using it to go to the Lord. Everything you do, everything you think, everything you taste, everything you are touched by, has Krishna himself every single time. That is what brings us out, of this illusion, constantly being there. In all our senses, growing from within and not out, and having to practice to do it. And it doesn't work because you're like, oh, you're like, if you stop doing it, you'll fall down. Practicing, renouncing certain things, renouncing, lust and sex and all of those things that, they kind of they're a heavy potency. I think that's why, they bring a lot of blocks. But it's not just those things now. It's everything that we focus our attention on. Now, as long as it's Krishna, then we're okay. Everything else, is toxic. As long as we have that relationship built, we have the shelter. Wherever we walk, we're walking with God. Jesus is holding our hand through the valley of death. He said, as long as you come to me, you will be okay. We'll hold you through this valley of death. This is exactly my experience. And you guys, you can see it, of just walking through and things just moving out the way. It's like I am on a transcendental chessboard, and obstacles are moved out the way because it's, and I'm reminded, I'm going along, I'm just reminded, remember that, and one makes one changes it direction on this transcendental map, which is always changing direction for all of us. We each have a individual transcendental map, which is, spoken. Great map reader is Srila Gora Hari. That's for each and every one of us. He helps us to get to realize, because he turns our lights on, so we can actually see our map ourselves instead of just the spiritual master seeing that. He's given us what he has. Everything he has, he's given it us. And he's given it. But see, he can see, we're loyal, we're sincere, we really want this, no matter what happens to us. And things have been going off with us all, we have been held. We've been grounded. We've been held by our center, the Lord himself, through Srila Gora Haridas and the whole parampara, the real Vaishnavas, the real potency, the real divine potency coming through. We have been held by all the reactions we have had by focusing our attention on these illusions and making them bigger, and making them real when they are not. Now we are transcending from that kind of thinking, from those kind of attachments, because they're not real. They're breaking. The focus of what we think we are and what we are doing here, and all of those anchors that we have got conditioning by, because we're anchored in that conditioning. We need to break those anchors. Those anchors just need to float on off. We just need to let go of those anchors, whatever way, just let go of those anchors. And here Maharaj is making a space for us so we can do that. That's what happens in counseling. In normal counseling here, that's not normal counseling because it's not real. They make a safe space for us. The Sangha, the Sangha is a safe space, and it says it on there. Even when you don't feel safe, in this Sangha, because it's headed by Srila Gora Haridas, and there are ecstatic devotees here, you're held by the potency of the Lord. When you don't feel safe, it's like you're going through a birth, a new birth, and you're going through those pains, in order to birth that beautiful child. Well, you're going to birth a deeper, intimate relationship with the Lord, but you're going to go through the pain of letting go of obstacles, and we can do that here in the Sangha. And they are the deepest obstacles, the deepest emotions that we are attached, deepest attachments, the deepest things that we are bound by, chained by. They will come up, and we are held here by the divine potency of God, and we can get through anything, and if we do it together, we can get through. If we try to do it on our own, we can, I don't know, it depends how strong you are. You can get through it. You can make it longer. You can make it worse. But together with experienced advanced devotees who can hold you even more, working together in that intimacy, only because you want to help others get through so they can have an intimate relationship with the Lord. And that will give me an intimate relationship with the Lord. So it's win-win for each other. So as a family, how we help each other going through, with each other, like it's like chaos. It's like ordered chaos. This Sangha now, the way we're moving, it's like it's ordered chaos where the Lord actually is directing it, and we are purified enough to surrender to that direction of being moved like little pawns, but we're kings and queens now on the chessboard of this illusion, because it's an illusion, it's a game, it's an illusion. But now we are the kings and queen, directed by the Lord, because of Srila Guru Haridas building that relationship, allowing us to creating a safe space, a rhythmic safe space, with the greatest mantra, Hare Krishna mantra, with that vibration, for us to be able to grow. Because everybody's growth is stunted. We're all stunted in our growth. So we're here to grow, and we're here to grow the spiritual soul. We might think we're grown-ups, but most people do not realize that they're growing the wrong way. they're being led by their growth, by an illusion, instead of being shown and taught and guided, and being allowed to truly grow in a safe space, and allowed one to be able to relax and to have and watch actually by hearing sound vibrations, the absolute truth, God being projected in your heart. And the projection, God's like a blueprint coming from Maharaj. And that blueprint is being projected on our heart. And the Lord is growing. Our Bhakti Ladder Bridge is like a blueprint of the Lord. And it's growing within us. And we are gaining, we are growing in our inheritance of being made in the image of God. Little gods, teeny little gods. The knowledge just gets deeper and deeper. And to, all the bodies, if you go through the purification, if you go through, and I know we can all take it, because we are on now, as we keep listening to Maharaj, and we are sitting upon the foundation of absolute truth, and we are feasting upon that every day. That is growing within us. It's getting stronger and stronger and bigger, and it's taking our attention now, because it needs feeding. The Lord needs feeding. It needs putting to bed. It needs awakening. So we need to carry on hearing from the bona fide spiritual master, the real true bona fide spiritual master, who will always give us that shelter of whatever happens in our lives, and shelter us so we can let go of the illusions, because we cry over the illusions. We will fight over the illusions. We spend a lot of time, trying to figure them out and all sorts of things with the illusions. Here, the attention is coming off, allowing the Lord to deal with it, because one's faith and trust is growing in the Lord because of hearing the potency, going home and sitting at the feet of Srila Guru Haridas live on Facebook every day, regularly, which is a really important thing, to really now, to really be able to relax and have the clearings of obstacles through purification, to be able to truly clearly hear that vibration. When there's static and all sorts of sound things happening we can't hear, and you can hear it clearly in Maharaj's classes, that when it's not clear, we can feel that, some more than others. Some people are getting used to it. When we can't hear it, we just have to hear Maharaj really attentively. You've got to just breathe and just really, when he's got all of these noises on. But anyway, these different sounds that are happening. But we need a clear channel to really tune into a frequency. And God frequency, transcendental frequency, the vibration, the pure vibration of God himself, Lord Caitanya, the most recent incarnation of Krishna, the most merciful incarnation of Krishna. Tarun is saying hearing is like food for the spirit to move out the quicksand. Yeah, that's a great way of saying it. Absolutely. Hearing is food for the spirit, it nourishing the spirit. The spirit's been starved of Krishna. The spirit has been starved of a relationship with its maker, with its real food. And that, that is our real starving, is a lack of relationship, is a lack of eating, the lack of eating conclusive truth, being able to be fed by that living divine spiritual potency. People are just missing out on the greatest gift that they can ever have. we've got the illusion in our faces now. It's so out there, but the Lord is even closer than the illusion can get. And if we carry on listening, we carry on receiving the shelter by hearing absolute truth and growing the Lord within and growing in union together. So we are solid, to preach absolute conclusive truth all the time, because we're growing together with the Lord. There's no ever speaking nothing else. It's growth. We are here to grow, guys. You're not showing us growth in your Vaidhi, in Prabhupada's movement that's been hijacked by people who do not have the Lord, who cannot, because they don't have it. They can't give what they don't have. They cannot give the Lord. The movement is just going round and round the mulberry bush. And when you can go straight up right now, I was talking about, people have a goal. They want a goal here, and, some people can't do it. So they change to doing something else. Here on our journey, we get, even though we might not get any juice, we're attracted and we love it. And we keep coming, we keep hearing, and because we're getting purified and releasing our attachments of what's another way of saying it? Tarun is saying that's why so much suicide. They're starved from spiritual nourishment. Absolutely. That is the answer. Everybody is starving. Everybody is psychopathic. Whoever is really psychopathic, whoever is starving, whoever are in misery, whoever are homeless, whoever feel abandoned, it's because they're starving. They don't have a relationship with their real spiritual food, the living force, the potency of the Lord, the divine potency to nourish our divine spiritual souls, which are part of the great divine spirit. And this is brought to us in conclusive understanding, deep understanding, where we are actually eating the fruit, the realizations of the Lord, and eating that tasty, sweet fruit every day, and nourishing the soul that we are by the divine spirit. And we are coming away. We are naturally in that process by hearing from this, hearing conclusive truth, real spiritual juice. Our bank accounts are getting fat. We're getting fat. Excuse me. I had a reaction to something, but I found out what it is, so I'll stop doing that. So yes, people are starved. People are become psychopathic so much because they're starved of the Lord. People are abandoned and all sorts of things because they've abandoned the Lord. People are in misery because they don't have the nourishment of the Lord to uplift them to real life, not this illusionary bit of life, but real life. People feel they don't have friendship and they feel alone because they don't have their ultimate friendship with the Lord, which is now, at any time, and within, which will always lift you. This is a process that's practiced as we walk on this path of purification, of hearing from a bona fide spiritual master, as we walk on that path every day in union on a regular basis. As we do that, we fall, we are lifted as we fall into the arms of the Lord by surrender, because of our hearing and the Lord growing, and our trust, and we as growing in unison, in communion by the Lord, the living Bhagavad, just emanating the spiritual potency to us with the words, whatever words he's speaking now. So powerful, extremely powerful. They are scriptures in themselves, but they're for the now. People don't like to hear the scriptures, do they? I do. But I love to hear what Maharaj has got to say. I've always been like that. I've always been like that until I started reading them myself and receiving the empowerment of the Lord, sharing his words with me, as I'm learning now, more and more, in union with the Lord, growing my intimate, ultimate relationship with him, because Srila Guru Haridas has connected me to the Lord with powerful words and said, I've married you to the Lord. I have not been let go. I have not been, meaning I haven't left Maharaj. I haven't left this potency since then, no matter what. It's been growing and growing, and the growth of the fruits of our labor. Yeah, fruits of our labor of actually using our intelligence and coming and hearing this potency, leaving this illusionary world behind, and actually being shown, because of purification and clearing out the illusion, what the illusion actually is, the depth of this illusion, to the depth of you, and at the same time simultaneously being shown and built our relationship, intimate relationship built with the Lord, whilst actually seeing what the illusion is and seeing the Lord at the same time, and other things as well, because one is in the Lord's mind, within the Lord's heart. The Lord is residing in your heart, in his trust in you, and we are walking together in growth. And excuse me, I'm having a break. Maybe I haven't done noise of itching. Maybe it's supposed to do something for me. But anyway, Jan is saying something, and I don't know, but it says something. Waves in ecstatics have many colors. So you can see many colors. You can see many colors. So many things that once we fall into the arms of the Lord, no matter what, it gets easier and easier, because the Lord is seeing that it's taken away. Let me see if you've got more comments. It's taken away your illusion. You're not bringing the illusion to the Lord. You're not bringing the illusion, your illusion, to the bona fide spiritual master, because you keep being shown now the depth of the illusion. And you keep being shown, if one is playing with the illusion, your slaps, the slaps that people are getting now because of the illusion, and Maharaj, Srila Guru Haridas has made it so clear. Tarun, I see it with you, with how it's clearing out for you. It's amazing, and how it's clearing out for the devotees in the Sangha. So you're saying deity must manifest in our heart, not just something outside. Absolutely. Outside, nourish the external, get more illusion or pride about following 108. You know what? Excuse me. I'm going to stop itching, because I've found the cobweb, and we're going to stop that. Whoever comes here from the Vaidis, from anywhere, everybody's got different attachments and anchors and all sorts of things like that. It's a gradual process, and then it changes, and it's actually going to be very quick for devotees coming now, really quick, because of Maharaj. Yeah, it's actually going to be for the devotees waking up now, people coming in, because it's so empowered. We are so cleared out. So, in Vrindavan, so much on a regular basis, in that consciousness, just surrendering. And surrendering means you're open up. I've got to get my thing. You're opening up. Your clothing is, all your conditionings are loosening up. Your clothings are all those things that you fight for, you're letting go, because you've been shown that it's illusionary, and it's got holes in it, and you're going to fall through it, and you're going to hurt yourself when you fall through it. So you're realizing all of those things, and you're coming home. You know, you were saying just before, Tarun, you know, that, you know, you don't want to just do that anymore because there's nothing in it, in all of those things in religion and external things. There's no juice. There's no spiritual potency. We're living on Goloka Vrindavan juice, and it's coming through ecstatic devotees here now. You know, for everyone to, you know, to accept, you know, so they can just learn to relax here in this potency. It will help you relax to be able to go through the purifications, remove the clearings, you know, our focus and our attention on things that we, you know, are conditioned in. We've conditioned ourselves by taking on board certain ideas, ascending ideas that are incomplete, devoid of the Lord, but they can be completed. It's okay. It's okay. So I was just looking at so they gradually, these people, you know, especially from the Vaidis, from ISKCON, they need to let go of those conditionings in their own time, in their own pace, as much as they can. But all they have to do to be able to do it, and that's a guarantee, it's a complete guarantee, you will be able to do it as long as you come and hear from Guru Hari, and hear from that potency, that clear, pure potency, because it's pure. It's not purified. It's pure potency. And I'm pure. I'm a purifying devotee. I'm purifying devotee. I'm not, or purified devotee, like Lalita was talking about. But I'm not a pure devotee. Srila Guru Hari, that says a pure devotee, resident of Vrindavan. Come and make me eat my words if you want. I will stand tall with whatever you have to say, because I know where my what's the word? I know where it's win-win every single time. Every single time. So, you know, and I think a lot of those Vaidis as well, Tarun, they will just let go of stuff so fast. You know, because they're all like, you know, trying to not do this and not do that and do this and do that and do this, because when they do the things that they've been told they're supposed to, they feel good. And when they do the things that they're not supposed to, they feel bad. So they're in the modes of good, bad and good and bad, of duality. So they're on that level of worship where they're not going to be able to move forward because their consciousness is still focused on the illusion. And here, you know, they really need to go forward now, because, you know, they're making it, we need more role models, but quality role models, because we got so many fake ones out there, and you know, they're just blind, like Maharaj was saying earlier, and they're just leading people into blindness. They're just keeping people dark. They're opening them up to the degree that they're open, and it's not complete, it's not conclusive. And that's all. They're keeping people on a business deal. It's like a huge company, you know, that has a business. And let's get real, you know, there's people like, there's companies, charities like British Red Cross that admit completely that they're a company as well. So they have a charity part, and then they have their company part where they make money, lots of money, but they're admitting it. You know, and you can go and check it out on Companies House, how much money they're making and all sorts of things. But with religious organizations, it's all under the carpet. It's just a business. We need to see what they're doing. We can see with Krishna showing us what they're doing, but the people that are in it and involved in it, the devotees, they can't see what's happening, and they're just being led. You know, they're in a horror film, actually. They're in a horror film, and they are stuck in this dead end, hellish horror film. It's going round around the mountain. They don't have to, because Prabhupada said, once there's a Raganuga Bhakti teacher, you don't have to do your rules and regulations anymore. Just mosey on down to where the Raganuga Bhakti is, which is live on Facebook, Restream on many. Restream goes out to so many different social media channels. I have only 2 because I only have 2. And if you upgrade, you can have more channels and go out to more people. And so he's available. He's available. And to say that always now, Prabhupada said, you know, when there's a Raganuga Bhakta, where did he say that? Maharaj will tell me, go. You don't have to do your rules and regulations. Just go and listen to the bona fide spiritual master. Because doing the rules and regulations, you're doing. And as you're doing, you're feeling like you're doing, and you feel good. I've done this, and you're becoming this, I'm this person, and I feel good, and I've got to keep doing. We've got to let go of that. So that is why Prabhupada wrote 2 paths. You know, one to start off with, yeah, you lot come over here. Let's get you guys over here. Yeah. What are you doing? You need to slap, you know, because of all of this stuff that you're doing. But it's okay. You know, the Lord's message is powerful, extremely powerful. When it comes through the ecstatic devotees, Prabhupada was a pure devotee in ecstasy, in secret. You know, that's why, oh my God, that's why they don't want to show it. Because Prabhupada did it in secret and he didn't show it. Oh my God, what is wrong with you, Vaidis? He's showing it all over. He started this movement all over the world. You could have only done that in ecstasy by the power of the Lord himself, to be able to get you, Vaidis, to go over to places where you had no money, but you went over on the order, not on the suggestion, on the order. A lot of you guys did what Prabhupada wanted. He was so... and went and opened and built temples in other countries. And look at it, it's all over the world. Whilst it's stuck now. It's not stuck anymore, because Prabhupada's movement is his second path now. You know, and you guys, you know, there's a difference, you know, with you Vaidhi guys. You haven't got it to show us. Prabhupada had it to show us, and he did show. A lot of people did see his ecstasy. But look what he made. Look what he brought. He brought people to the feet, the external feet of, but he brought them. He brought the names. He brought the names to the Lord. He brought worshiping the Lord. He brought more of an understanding to who people, devotees were, and what we are, and to really understand in completeness as much as possible, as he was preaching Vaidhi Bhakti, to be able to attract as many people to the all attractive. And he wrote the second path in his books to be able to, because he was going to go, he did his bit, but he passed on the baton to Gaura Haridas, Srila Gaura Haridas Bhaktivedanta. And you can come and test me on that. I'll answer anything. I'm open up to it. It might not be, yes, I'm open up to it. No excuses. But more importantly, I'd like you to take your hand and take you to meet Srila Gaura Haridas, and for you to commune, debate, talk, discuss. I like discuss with him. Absolute truth, conclusive absolute truth, the transcendence of life, the transcendence of this illusion, life's ultimate goal. You know, ultimate goal, to know our maker, to not just know our maker, to be intimately in an intimate, each and every one of us, an intimate relationship with our maker, to be held onto that focus that starts to come alive in that life that we are fed, we are nourished by, when our soul is nourished, and we are growing with the Lord, because we're hearing absolute truth. We're growing in nourishment. We're growing in strength. This Sangha is just growing in so much strength. It's so powerful now. You can see it from the devotees in the Sangha, how powerful they are becoming with their inspiration of the potency, the divine potency of the Lord. You know, yes, we have to follow the 108. You know, I just love the picture of 108. I do. And I've not really done any of that kind of stuff. I've just done the rounds. haven't done all of those routes. But yes, the deities, people are just looking at stone deities, aren't they? And they're just there's no life, and their hearts are still stone because they're looking at stone, and they're throwing stones at each other. They're throwing stones at Maharaj, and Maharaj is throwing mercy back at them. Win-win. Win-win. Tarun is saying they pressure each other, and it's ridiculous. Where is the love in that? There is no love in that. Love is to be able to grow in one's natural pace, in one's natural way, natural time. But as we surrender, it quickens up, because we're on the back of the Lord through the bona fide spiritual master. We're on that ship, that transcendental ship. It is I forgot what I was going to say anyway. Let's just read this. Yeah, people are in their heads when they do that. When people pressure each other, they're in their heads because they want them to do it their way. I still do it. They want them to do it their way. And we can actually only do it our way, because as we do it our own way in our true selves, where we are, if that might be quite foolish and disturbing, if we just be that way and just be that way without any kind of pressure, we will grow out of that, especially under the shelter of absolute truth, upon the foundation of the Lord himself, through a living Bhagavat, who is emanating that truth to us. And we are just soaking it up like we are little sponges again. And it's getting quicker and quicker and quicker. We are realizing the Lord like little, we are his children, like sponges now. Really great. Tarun is saying, so I could spend a lot of time on each of your so yes, there's no pressure, there's no loving that. Love is just want to help one to grow in union with the Lord, life's ultimate goal, to keep our ultimate goal in focus, by attentively hearing from the bona fide spiritual master, who is our clear mirror already. And we are going to look at ourselves in the mirror every day. I mean, I don't look at myself as much in the mirror, because it's like coming here. I'm looking in the mirror of Srila Guru Haridas, of myself, and it shows me, I'm just getting this myself now, showing me my clearing, my trust, my faith, my coming from the place of no pressure there, Tarun, from the heart, because the space in the heart is clearing. The love is appearing, is growing. So it's appearing, it's manifesting. So one is reflecting one's heart. Reflect the heart. My friend has her company called that. But what heart are you reflecting? Reflecting the Lord's heart, what the ultimate heart. That is the instruments we are. We're here to reflect the heart. And Maharaj has made us, heart reflectors of the Lord himself, role models of the Lord himself. I'm still growing so much. So powerful. This is so strong. So strong. Yeah. So I've been on quite a while, and I'll read. Let's see if you guys are saying more things you are, I think. They've told me you don't get it. Good. I don't want it. What they got, it's not much at all. Brilliant. That's a rhyme there, Tarun. You're doing some lyrics. Do you do some lyrics? They've told me you don't got it. Good. I don't want it. What they got. It's not much at all. You get back on doing what you were doing is really brilliant. Waving hands in front of deities is only good exercises. That's all. Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Deities give you what you have in your heart. That's it. So if you've only got if you're looking at stone deities, that's all you've got in your heart, just stone. But here, you stop spending too much time on those rules and regulations, then you'll be able to make space and make room for the Lord to grow in your heart, your Bhakti ladder beach to really grow, and you grow in union, if that's the right way. I wish Maharaj would correct me on that. Anyway, it's coming out like that. So the deities in our Sangha, they're all alive. They're alive and kicking. Alive and kicking. That's a song. Alive and kicking. Anyway, we won't go there. But yeah, so, the deities in our Sangha, they're all alive. So when you look at us, we're reflecting in different amounts to different degrees, reflecting a mirror is, or you can say the diamond is polished to different degrees. And we're reflecting the Lord. We are receiving our inheritance, in our real true inheritance as we walk this path, sheltered by the Lord through the potency of vibration of Lord Caitanya, of the transcendental vibration of him, and of his understanding and his knowing. I didn't know what to say, actually, so my mind kind of just went blank. So Tarun was saying waving the hands in front of the deities and all sorts. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm waving my hands now in front of the deity, but mine's a living deity within my heart. It's living, guys. We're waving our hands in front of the deities. Brilliant, Yamuna. This is all, thank you. Everything that I have is because of Srila Gaura Haridas. The way one is evolving and manifesting the deity, the real deity with to others as well, of showing others life, living with God, walking with God. And you talked about sand earlier, and I may say it a different way to you, Tarun, but all the sand is falling, walking in the sand with the Lord. It's all falling, all the holes in everything, all the holes in the illusion are just falling away like grains of sand, and the real self, which is the Lord himself, which is everything, is evolving, is manifesting. That none of these classes, we've not heard any of these kind of classes in ISKCON. Is anybody talking like this? Come off it, you guys devoted, bring these people, show us these classes, and the classes that you do send, because a lot of the guys, they send me the classes, they cannot touch these classes. These are so advanced because these are manifesting the Lord within us devotees, because that vibrational divine potency is emanating from us, from the living Bhagavat, who is so advanced, is transcending everything and giving us transcendental knowledge. Boom, straight into our hearts. We are becoming those books. We are those books in each and every one of them actually been written. They've all been written with us guys in the Sangha who are coming, who are sharing, who are speaking, who are showing. Sorry, I said something today that the devotees need to show themselves. You know what? They are showing themselves through their writings. I just realized there's many ways, so please forgive any of my offenses. There are many ways, to share the mercy, and through writings, through videos, through songs, through music, through dancing, through anything. When the Lord is within, is growing within, and you are locked onto that, you know, you are completely locked onto that, you know, you can walk the path in your own way. So please forgive me. I'm just saying it to all the other devotees, not so if you do take it in a way, maybe look at why you do. And so anyway, I'm sorry and I'm not sorry, so because it just came out. Yeah, but there's so many ways, you know, it's not always for the people who are reading what I say. So anyway, let's go. Deities give you what you have. Or we've done that one. Tarun is saying, I believe if it's not in your heart, it's only idols. If not in your heart, then deities can reciprocate, otherwise not. So I believe if it's not in your heart, it's only idols. Yes, because it's coming from the illusion. If it's in your heart, then deities can reciprocate, otherwise. Yeah, yes, because you can see. Because if you see a living deity, like you see Lalita, for instance, she's a mirror for me, a huge one, a clear one. She's definitely not an idol because she has the Lord within and she reflects the Lord within. And you can see that if you listen enough to these the scriptures, the verses, you can see how the devotees are living. You can see what Lord Caitanya is creating and manifesting, the message, these living messages, these living scriptures, you know, by living that life with his devotees in the scriptures. And we are hearing those every day, and that is bringing life to us. You know, I feel like eating now. It's bringing life to us. And we can see the similarities of what was happening then, and there's so many, and what's happening now, and it's amazing. It's wow, gosh, wow. So, and if it's not coming from the heart, you know, there's always some agenda. You know, there's always somebody wanting them. You know, there's some kind of, you want to do it your way. But anyway, when the Lord is in the heart like he is now, so much deeper, so much deeper. I can't go any other way, even though I can go any way, up or down, because Krishna's here and he's everywhere. And all of this I'm saying, you know, I have to remember it's just a natural process that I've been through, that other devotees are going through, and how the Lord is clearing our road as we walk with the Lord because of Srila Guru Haridas marrying us, being empowered enough to be the real true priest to marry people. Srila Guru Haridas is the transcendental priest. Another hat. They don't wear hats, do they? But anyway, married us to the Lord. But we didn't meet properly until we met Srila Guru Haridas. You know, we kind of all had, it's like we all had arranged marriages with Krishna. And we've been able to get to know him because we've been walking the path of letting go of everything that stops us knowing our husband deeply and intimately in all levels and in all ways, to realize the Lord even more, to be fed by the realizations that coming from the nectar and sweetness and potency of absolute truth. You know that. And it's happening here. Who speaks like this? Who speaks like Amy? Who speaks like Lalita? Who speaks like Maharaj? You know, Maharaj, we are just becoming, you know, our inheritance. We have it now. We are like Maharaj. He's like the Lord himself. This is the real parampara is here. The living wire is here. Your connection back to back home is here. You can come back at any time. Somebody asked me, well, it will happen when the opportunity presents itself. You definitely need to keep coming. Keep coming, stay connected, because you cannot see the opportunity is here. And it's only because you don't come on a regular basis. The opportunities are here. You still can't see it because you're focusing on the illusion. I've done it myself. I still do as well. But it's okay. One is back at the illusion very quickly now. It's just like Prabhupada's words are just singing, singing and singing and singing. And I'm going to say that again, they don't want to show it. But they use that thing, we don't want to show it, because Prabhupada never showed it. He never showed it. He showed it. He showed his ecstasy in many ways, like his writings, his lectures, his letters, his movements, the way he lived, the way he spoke, how his relationship with people all over the world, his look, which is transcendental magic, because it's the Lord, him surrendered to the Lord, moving him all over, and direct the power of the Lord coming through him. And he started this movement, which has just moved over now to his second path, because the first path is exhausted. He's moved over to the second path, and it's Srila Gaura Haridas is the head of the second path. If you don't come and learn to surrender slowly with your bitterness and your jealousy and your hatred and your pissed offness, your frustrations of, making yourselves from these illusions, all of that will be let go of. All of that kind of that energy will be it will be drowned. It would be drowned with the mercy of the Lord coming from the bona fide spiritual master and his devotees, his advanced devotees. And you can check it. You can see it. You will know it, because you'll feel it. You will taste it. You will be addicted to the all attractive. The all attractive, because he is all attractive, because it's our ultimate goal for each and every one of us, whoever we are and whatever we do. And it's amazing. And yeah, so yeah, it's we can win those Vidis hands down. Hands down. Okay, I think, yeah, okay. So Georgie's here. Oh my God, it's 4:00. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, good morning. Good morning. Tarun is saying some objects can be possessed by dark powers. I've seen one such thing. It was evil. Wow. When we see these things, we definitely need shelter. We definitely need the shelter of those evil things that want to possess you. We are very, very strong now, because we are shielded by that energy, by those dark forces, because dark forces cannot stay dark when the light is shining. When it's just like too light, the slugs, if they stay out in the sun and they're just black, they're called sticky things, aren't they? Stick to you. But if the sun comes out, they turn to stone. They just turn hard. So where there's light, they can't stay. So coming here is so beneficial for one's journey, whatever it is, to add the second path of the greatest, the previous greatest spiritual master, who's passed the baton on to the now greatest spiritual master, the Acharya, the spiritual guide, the one who's leading the new frontier and is bringing that, is manifesting that, is the director of manifesting the new frontier, the new world, leaving the new world order, and leaving this world as we know it, because it's just pressure, anxiety and stress and misery, because it's lived in an illusion. However great we get, however mystic we get, and however great we look and how many friends we have, and we can use our voice, and we can play the game. It's all got holes in it, like Maharaj said. Walking without God, you'll fall through the holes with the sand. But with the Lord, you're holding on to the greatest of greats through a bona fide living master. And you know what? It's because we know where we're going and who the Lord is, so much more than before, and it's so solidly and so strong, because we've become so cleared, and more room for the Lord, so more empowerment, and solid in one's preaching, no doubt, because the Lord is growing there with me so much more, and I've been allowed to go through my process. Srila Guru Haridas has built that safe space for me to be able to go through the process, which has disturbed other devotees. So we have to think, where is your compassion? If you're disturbed for a reason. Maharaj just said, as Lalita, that I don't get disturbed. I talk to Lalita about everything. She has never shown me that she's disturbed in anything. She's like solid as a rock, a diamond rock. Okay. Good morning from Shamagori. Hare Krishna to you, Shamagori. Hope you're doing all right. Yeah, you're right on that. I think some rest. Okay, you or me or both of us. Yeah, I'm going. If your heart, Tarun Krishnadas is saying, if your heart saturated with true bhakti, the deity is everywhere in everyone. That's true. That's absolutely true. The deity wakes up within others as well. They don't even realize, and they make decisions and do things for you that just, allow you and them to be united with the Lord. But it's absolutely amazing. And it's so to experience that, Tarun. Oh my gosh. Wow. And you're saying rain is so pounding right now. Rainstorm, boom. Is that in you or out there? Where is that one? So you're saying the real new world order of divine love power, permeating the world, yeah? Infusing the world, creating the greatest virus, the transcendental virus of absolute true God himself, the God virus. It's not the God particle, it's the God virus, just emanating through, infecting everyone who gets touched by the God virus, coming from this Sangha. Ecstatic devotees in this Sangha. And if there are any more anywhere else, the Lord would lead them to this vibration. They couldn't survive on the vibration. They need to be fed. The soul needs to be fed more and more, because it's never enough. You always want more to keep growing, in intimacy with the Lord, in relationship with the Lord. And it brings everything else. So bhakti yoga, is union with the Lord, gives us everything in all angles. And we don't have to learn anything. We are given it as we need it on our journey. And it's amazing. And I can't read anymore. I'm going to go off because I don't know if Jan's talking to me. I think maybe he is. I'm going to go and get some rest. All glories to Srila Guru Haridas. All glories to you guys, you devotees, co-stars in the soap opera today. Tarun, great questions, great comments. It just shows one is speaking conclusive truth. Shamagori, how you doing? Okay. And Georgie Lodachi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And maybe you could voicemail it me. Lily Madhava, yeah. And anybody else who was there. Oh, back to Tom was there. And Kanuk D. Beneath. Yes. Welcome. Hare Krishna. And there you go. Thank you very much. This is River Yamuna Devi Dasi from the United Kingdom devotee of Srila Guru Haridas. I'm preaching, sharing the second path. Sharing the path that the Lord came to show us 550 years ago. Again, now it's happening. The Lord is residing in the devotees of Srila Guru Haridas because of our clearings of this illusion and realizing the ultimate truth beyond all illusion, beyond everything else, and allowing that, to shower upon us by hearing from Srila Guru Haridas here on Restream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and I think many more, Vimto, and many more. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Bye-bye. Thank you.